Welcome back to our channel. In this episode, we're exploring several inspiring homes in Argentina, Australia, Sweden, and Austria. Please consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell to receive our periodic updates and be a part of the community if you haven't done so yet. Glad to have supporters. Meet 2A Concrete designed by Denman Architects in Australia. On a clear day at Palm Beach on the Gold Coast, the view is picture perfect, a fringe of white sand trailing off into the Pacific Ocean. When the weather turns, it can be lashing. Houses along these idyllic coastlines are often about balancing two contrasting ideas, an openness to the setting and protection from it. At the northern end of Palm Beach, a large family home by Denman Architects has replaced a decaying apartment block. The clients wanted a house of minimalist expression that gave them contact with the beach as part of daily life. Denman designed a two-story house in off-form concrete, left raw to express its structure, detailed with fixtures and fittings in a palette of dark woods and dirty metals, copper and bronze. His design exploits the plasticity of concrete powerfully. Opening the ground-level public rooms to the beach are 3 by 3 meter wide apertures with sliding glass doors stacked outside to deliver a seamless panoramic suite. Owners love the flow of spaces and views from front to back and the unimpeded access to the terrace, lawn, and beach. 3 of the 5 upstairs bedrooms are cantilevered several meters out over the terrace, along with the mature pandanus trees relocated from the front of the site. These cantilevers help frame and filter the outlook. Inside are concrete kitchen benchtops and floating seats, all formed in situ. To express the construction process, form holes are infilled with clear polycarbonate plugs that animate the walls with specks of light. Let's visit Aspvik house designed by Andreas Martin-Löf Architects. A small house situated on a steep hillside overlooking the Stockholm archipelago is the new country retreat for architect Andreas Martin-Löf. Early design stages revolved around finding a solution that fitted into the steep landscape while including all the functions needed for a year-round retreat in the Scandinavian climate. The limited access to the site was a major limitation, and the construction of a steep gravel road approaching the house from below was an early necessity. The house consists of a light timber and steel construction, resting on a concrete plinth with external walls angled by 5 degrees, reminiscent of traditional pagoda foundations and a subtle reference to the lookout tower. The facade of glass and black painted plywood is attached directly to the structure. The angled concrete retaining walls cuts through the lower story, allowing an infinity swimming pool to the west and morning terrace to the east. The terrace then wraps around the house, transporting the visitor to the canopies of the surrounding trees. The overall aesthetic is stripped down and minimal, yet carefully and intricately detailed. The house reinterprets the 60s extension through the custom-made glazing and rectilinear shape and borrows elements like the gently pitched roof and overhanging eave detail from the earlier lookout. Let's visit L4 house designed by Luciano Kruk. L4 house is located in the Costa Esmeralda community, 4 hours from the city of Buenos Aires, Argentina. The neighborhood where the house is located is linearly parallel to the sea. A pine forest divides the neighborhood from the coast. The choice of materials was based on 2 reasons. On the one hand, after the previous experience of having built other homes in concrete, the owners knew that this material could be kept in good shape over time with virtually no maintenance. On the other hand, they considered its color and texture would establish a harmonious dialogue with the natural environment of the place. Their intention was to develop most of the program on one floor and have a higher exterior space provided with water from which to contemplate the stunning natural backdrop. Both the trees and the particular topography formed the wealth of the site which the architectural project should keep. The social activities take place in the center. A staircase that leads to the roof is located at the heart of the house, contributing to its spatial organization. At the center of the public area, the kitchen dining area is on one side and the living room on the other, keeping both of these spaces visually connected. From the roof, embraced by the tops of the pines, a quiet space for contemplation unfolds. Due to the transparency of the staircase, views in all directions can be experienced. Covered by a wooden deck and provided with a shower area and 2 adjoining pools, this elevated space stands as a terrace facing the sea. In the middle of nature, architects laid out a built, open box constructed in such a way that allows the outside to flow out, in and out, thereby making it part of the environment, merging and vibrating in harmonic consonance with it. Through its spatial synthesis and the stripped nature of its materiality, architects hope the house awakens feelings and enhances the senses of its dwellers in this mystical exchange that sometimes arises between people and things. Let's visit Julia and Bjorn house in Austria. The new house, clamped between a lime tree and a walnut tree, comfortably completes the small hamlet in which it is situated. Due to the inclination and the narrow nature of the premises, the clear layering of the building follows the contour lines and makes use of the sloping ground. The entrance of the building is located on the first floor. Guided by laterally entering light, a staircase leads to the ground floor. Here, the living area spans across the whole building, eating, cooking, and living. 2 terraces open up under the lime tree towards the east and walnut tree to the west. A capacious window with a bench offers a spectacular view of the village beneath and the surrounding mountain scenery. A stove divides the living area in the middle. The efficient wood-burning stove functions both as production of hot water as well as heating. On each floor, an enclosed service zone emphasizes the longitudinal alignment of the house. The walled zone distinguishes the living area from the ancillary rooms. Its spatial depth is visible in niches and relief-like protrusions. All furnishings and floors are made from solid spruce taken from the woods nearby. These elements alternate with handmade plaster surfaces produced on-site from light gray marble powder. Contrary to the spaciousness of the ground floor, the private retreats on the first floor are more densely organized, and a gallery-like extension to the roof make the small rooms astonishingly generous. The appearance of the house goes beyond what is merely practical. A lattice structure comprising of wooden rails encases the entire building. Although it functions as weather protection, it's more a dress carefully woven, both concealing and revealing at the same time. However, because the house is built in the countryside, the decoration is intentionally discreet, but does not lose any of the fact that the house is clearly structured, has a steep roof, and structural elements such as roof cantilevers. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell to receive our periodic updates and be a part of the community if you haven't done so yet. Stay tuned.